Today on Wonders of the World, we travel to Magelong, Central Java, to Borobudur. Borobudur is a Mahayana Buddhist monument that acts both as a pilgrimage site and shrine to Buddha. The monument is similar to a step pyramid and consists of 6 square platforms topped with 3 circular terraces. A massive stupa lies on top of the rounded terraces and is surrounded by 72 smaller stupas that each hold a statue of Buddha within it. Borobudur is adorned with 1,460 narrative relief panels that primarily depict the many lives of Buddha and his quest for supreme knowledge, otherwise known as enlightenment. The monument is also garnished with 504 Buddha statues. Borobudur was constructed between 750 and 850 CE by the Sailendra dynasty. However, there is no actual written record of who built Borobudur or records of its original intention for construction. The monument was abandoned between 928 to 1006 CE when King Bupu Sindok moved the capital of his kingdom to eastern Java. Eventually, Borobudur was forgotten by the people and began to show wear of time as earth and vegetation soon began to consume it. Today we have a special treat for our viewers because we are going to retell the tale of how Borobudur was almost destroyed and ultimately abandoned. Our story begins at the Sanjaya court, where King Bupu Sindok fails to be transfixed by his surroundings and instead appears to be seething with jealousy and hate.
Sailendra this, Sailendra that. I grow weary of hearing these incompetent fools. Suharto, approach the throne.
Yes, master. How may I serve you?
You are supposedly my greatest advisor, yet you continue to allow a man as divine as I to be servant to the Sailendras. Tell me now why I should end your meager life.
Please, my king, perhaps you should devise a plan that will throw the meaningless Sailendra aside and place you, my lord, as the true ruler of all Central Java. We need a plan that will cause enough fear so that the Sailendras will leave you alone. Surely your highness knows of an elaborate way to do this.
Yes, of course. I need a plan that will both shock and awe the Sailendras. I know. Now you see, Borobudur represents the spirit of the Sailendra court, and if my forces were then to destroy it, then the Sailendras would be too distracted, mourning the loss of their monument to notice my army taking control. It will take some time to muster enough forces. We shall begin in 2 weeks' time. Excellent! People of the court, let us celebrate, for soon all of Java shall bow to the Sanjayas.
As the court began to celebrate, Suharto was able to slip out of the room. He rushed to the court of the Sailendra Princess Tara, where he informed her of the news.
Suharto, you look horrible, and you're back so early. What news do you bring?
The Sanjaya king plans to destroy Borobudur. We must take action swiftly. Their plan will soon be in effect.
What are we to do, Suharto?
Perhaps you could convince him to repeal his attack and make peace.
If it will save Borobudur, I will do as you suggest.
The Sailendra princess made her way to the Sanjaya palace, where she came upon King Sedok, about to leave his court.
Is somebody there?
It is me, Princess Tara. King Sindok, I hear you plan to destroy Borobudur.
What are you doing here, and how did you find out about that?
Well, everyone in the land knows of the work of the mighty Sanjaya king, Sindok, and I'm here to beg you to please cease the attack on Borobudur.
Why should I stop my plans? For too long your father has treated me as a servant. No longer will I willingly lay down and allow such an insult. He must be punished, and no one will forget the greatness of the Sanjaya.
Please don't do this, if not for the loss of your people, but for me. Surely you can find it in your heart to cease your plan, and I could simply talk to my father.
As if that would ever work. Fine, be gone with you then. Know that the loss of your precious monument is upon your head.
Disheartened, the princess decided to visit Borobudur in hopes that she'd find an answer to her dilemma. When the princess got to the monument, she began to ascend. Along the way, as she examined the reliefs, she read stories of karma and the life of Buddha, and as she reached the top, she became enlightened and thought of a way to save Borobudur.
This new sense of enlightenment is surging through my body. I should propose marriage to King Sindok to preserve this great wonder.
The princess rushed back to King Sindok, and he agreed to her proposal. They were soon married, but he became angry due to the lack of love that she showed him, and once again threatened to destroy Borobudur.
You said you wouldn't touch it.
In that case, we shall move to the east, and never return to this wretched place.
It would be some time before the king's claim could go into effect, but this coupled with the frequent eruptions of the nearby volcanoes caused the royal family to move east away from Mageland, Central Java, and by the 14th century, Borobudur was completely abandoned. However, when Britain gained control of Java in 1811, Borobudur was finally rediscovered. Well, that's all today, folks. Join me next time when I visit Bangkok. Happy travels!